everyone, and Happy New Year! I hope that everyone had a great last year and everyone's going to be having an even better year this year. But here we are back in Eorzea. Been a while since we've actually been back here, now that I think of it. Anyway, this video is going to be us celebrating Heavensturn, which is Eorzea's version of New Year's. And this year it's the year of the rats. So we have the Nezumi Boogie, Mochi to be desired. The Nezumi Boogie requires assistance in overcoming cultural barriers. And we have 2 rewards here so far. These are Helms. We have the Crimson Nezumi Kabuto. We also have the Cobalt Nezumi Kabuto, which looks just as impressive, only it's in a dark shade of blue. You can actually see what looks like mouse ears and a giant rat's tail in the back. So it's cute. So let's continue on and see what this quest is going to be about. But you have the air of someone who has spent time abroad. Are you perhaps an adventurer? A woman practice and acquaint yourself with various cultures. I come from the Far East, you see, and we celebrate Heavensturn just as the people of Eorzea do. But rather than a god like your 12, we choose an animal to represent the coming year. This year belongs to the foremost beast among them, the rat. And celebration of the rat's glory should not, nay, must not be confined to Far Eastern shores. Thus did I don a festive kabuto in the name of sharing our customs with all the world. Well, that's nice of you. I was confident that I could easily surpass my dull-witted compatriots, those who have ventured to do these foreign lands representing inferior beasts in years past, in this task. Alas, all has not gone to plan. As the rat is considered a symbol of plenty and harbinger of fortune in my homeland, I thought to grace the people of Eorzea with the opportunity to pound mochi and make advent cakes alongside these lofty creatures. Alas, the people of Eorzea seem loath to touch tubs of mochi lousy with rats, nor eat their laboriously prepared cakes. This can likely be a tribute to cultural differences, as I mentioned previously. Ooh, that might not be a good idea. The trouble with cultural bias is, of course, the people often do not recognize it within themselves, let alone make an effort to overcome it on their own. No, if they are ever to understand the rat's superiority, I must do the work of convincing them. Unfortunately, I am uncertain as to what manner of local superstitions about rats have given rise to their aversion, and without that knowledge, I have no means of assuaging their discomfort. Might I impose upon you to speak with the townspeople here on my behalf? I'm afraid they will not share their honest thoughts with me, for fear of causing offense. You have my thanks. Perhaps you may begin with that elderly woman over there. She refused my invitation to join the festivities earlier. Unsurprising, perhaps, as the elderly are often set in their ways. I don't think that's the problem, dude. I mean, even if they're considered to be good luck where you're from, they're still rats. I've spent the better part of my life trying to keep rats out of the grain stores. I can't imagine why I'd want them touching my food. Filthy creatures. And in any case, the idea of animals cooking is ludicrous. Even if there were, say, a particularly intelligent dog, it would still have no hands. Anyway, this all seems fairly obvious. Ask anyone, they'll tell you the same. Yeah, she makes a good point. I mean, she really does, and I don't think that that's going to change. We must get to the root of this irrational dislike of rat-plagued delicacies. Well, I think the whole word rat-plagued is the problem. Balderdash, let a rat in your pantry and he'll eat you out of house and home, not cook you dinner. Not that you want it to, unless you think pestilent is the finest spice. If only a rodent will do for your purposes, however, you might try something like a rat, but rather more sentient, a beast that's also man, if you catch my drift. Oh, a cucurin. Quite, they look like rats, squeak like rats, chew through your unattended grains of sacks like rats, but they are not, in fact, rats. They can even use cutlery. I doubt you'll find anyone here willing to eat food prepared by rats, but cucuring are another story. At least with them, you could be reasonably certain that the rice isn't pounded with tiny plague-ridden feet. There's one right over there. Nini Rune, I think his name was. So we're gonna go talk to a cucurin. Really don't get to talk too many of those. And if you don't know what a Kukurin is, they're right over here. These little rat men. They're kind of cute in an ugly way. In fact, they're so ugly they're kind of cute. You have tale of Heavensturn to tell? I don't know what a Kukurin sounds like. Easterner says rats bring fortunate fortunes. Cultural difference different indeed. Lomensons think rats are dirty because rats eat anything, even though eating is normal reaction to edible things. Can't argue with that logic. We also eat edible things, so often offended by offensive comparison to rats. Ninirun think Kukurin in land where rats thought to bring fortune very fortunate. Oh, striking idea, strike me! Ninirun help you help Ratman make rat popular with the mints and populants. Then Kukurin gain favor by favorable comparison. Good. Then Ninirun follow you as follower to help you as helper. You introduce Ninirun to Ratman, yes? Okay. So he should be happy about this whole idea. Wonder if he's met a Kukurin before. You have returned, and I see you have a majestic rodent in your company. This must be a sign that my fortunes are improving as we speak. Ah, so in Eorzean culture, rats are considered unclean. That does explain the reactions. Yes, rats and rat-like Kukurin both. Too many hasten to hasty judgments. Ninirun think it better to better reputation of rats and Kukurin at same time. Propose we work together. A marvelous idea, as I would expect from one of such furry features and elongated snout. With our wiles combined, we ought to be able to overcome the people's preconceptions, culturally ingrained or no. And bring fortunate fortunes to all. Bugyo, we have a problem. What, another one? Has something gone wrong with the mochi now? Unfortunately so. As you know, I have been hard at work preparing the mochi, pounding rice into an amorphous mass. And all was going to plan, or so it seemed until the mochi began to jiggle on its own. I'm afraid that it's alive! Didn't see that coming. Yes, I quite understand your surprise, but we have no time for it. I know not whether this issue arose because I used this miraculous yet unpredictable waters of the Tianzan's soul spring in the preparation. It seemed a good idea at the time, or if it was simply down to a peculiar ether in this foreign land, but in any case we must act. I propose that we take up arms and cut the mochi into advocates before its newfound sentience drives it to get any ideas. We're fighting mochi now? What say you, my friend? You have proven yourself to be unflappable in the face of danger, even that of a peculiar nature. I suppose that's one way of putting it. Ninirun will cut cuttings from mochi too. Ratman's event too important to have cut short. I am gladdened to hear it. Good people of Eorzea, please join us at the Zephyric Drift at your earliest convenience. I myself shall head there post-haste, lest the mochi wander off. This event has been troublesome indeed, but we shall persevere. We cannot let the year of the rat arrive without proper welcome. Alright. So we're fighting mochi now, is that how it is? So it definitely looks like we have a fate, yeah, so it's a different fate this year. I was kind of expecting them to bring back the old fate, but it's called It's Alive. So they added some kind of magic water to the mochi and it came to life. Only in this game or in my crazy, mixed up, twisted imagination will that ever make sense. Alright, so we actually have a bunch of people here. They're all looking to fight the mochi, it seems. And I can't believe I just said that. You know what? That seems like a good idea. I shall dance until the fate pops. So, I don't know when it will be. I will get back to you as soon as I can, though. So, until then. Here we are, everyone. And so the quest has just popped up. So, all we gotta do is link to ourselves and holy crap, what is that? It's a living mochi! Oh, look at him! He's got a cool design. Curses, it just keeps moving. Keep cutting. I almost didn't notice that he was there. Oh, and it's shrinking. And we got these cute little blobs that we have to fight and kill. Oh, this is cool. And... no, don't die on us. He was kind of cute. And now he's melting. Aww. That's not nice. Is that all of them? Yep, looks like it. Oh, we got 10 pieces of cut mochi. Oh, and look, we got our little friend here walking about. Ooh, we got rats. They're helping us. Cool. But we'll head back right away. We'll see what they have to say about this whole day of strangeness. I wasn't expecting that. I really wasn't. I mean, I'm glad they're thinking outside of the box, but... mochi coming alive to attack you like a blob? That was definitely strange. But, hey, I love the new ideas. I really do. I love it when they do think so differently. But we'll just head straight back to the bugyo, hand over the mochi that we managed to collect, and wrap up the story there. So once again, it looks like the story is pretty short. The seasonal events always seem to be getting shorter and shorter. I mean, it was a decent size, considering that it is a seasonal event with mochi coming alive to try to eat someone. Maybe that was all that anyone needed right now. Alright, so we're back here in Limsa, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but I actually have my own tiny rat friend here in honor of the season. And, I mean, I think he's kind of cute. Good rat. Okay, enough of that. Let's just go and turn the quest in. And we can get our rewards, too. Hello. The size, the shape. This is truly magnificent work. You are a rat among men, to be sure. Now the Minsons can taste tasty taste of mochi and see rats bring fortunate fortunes after all. No doubt they would. The issue remains, however, how to entice them to taste it to begin with. Oh my god, look who it is! Oh, a Far Eastern bugyo, here for Heavensturn, are ye? Just so, good sir. I am the Nezumi Boogie, come bearing the traditional Heavensturn Advent cakes. How may I help you? Allow me to introduce myself. Linksat, head of the Culinaries Guild and proprietor of Bismarck besides. I got a solid sense of smell, comes with the territory, and I caught a whiff of the most enticing aroma emanating from hereabouts. I reckon it's coming from the Advent cakes you mentioned. And try one. These Advent cakes freshly cut by Kyokurin and Rats, an adventurer, neither Kyokurin or Rats. Oh, so you were one of the chefs that made these? Remarkable. Didn't know there were Kyokurin culinarians. Oh, Niduru, no chef. Only helper. Helper when cuts. Give yourself some credits. Takes a lot to prepare a dish, and if you put in the work to make these, you're qualified to call yourself assistant culinarian at the least. Just as good as it smells. Fascinating texture, really. Chewy, but not in a bad way. Flavor is suitable, just as a bit sweet. You can tell that you used right fine rice. Pure water, too. There's something else, though, such as it gives it the perfect consistency. Special technique or something? As you say, we use the finest ingredients from our homeland. The techniques involved are traditional as well. However, I dare say that they are not quite the something special which you detect. For that, good sir, is passion. The devotion of meowed rats who made the arduous journey from the far east to bring fortune to your fair land. The fervent hopes of Nini Rune who labored for the sake of his people. This random adventurer's zeal for violence, all have combined to create these superlicious advent cakes. Ha 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 ha! Passion, is it? I know something of that myself. Seems we got a lot in common despite coming from different places. Just so happens I got an interview with the Arbor's Herald later on. If it's alright, I'd like to mention your advent cakes. Let people know that they can get them during Heavensturn. Could be a good opportunity for culture exchange and all that. The Harbinger Herald? So many readers would read our mochi. And the public will have little excuse to ensure our advent cakes once a renowned culinarian has vouched for them. On behalf of rats everywhere, I thank you for your assistance, sir. And you as well, adventurer. Your service shall not be forgotten. I will personally ensure that the rats will watch over you wherever you may go. Really? Oh, no. Please don't trouble yourself. I hardly did anything. Really. Very well. Now if you'll excuse us, we must go forth and prepare to bring our advent cakes to the masses, and who shall doubtless be clamoring for a fair plague's worth of rats to descend on their city. Sure. At least they're happy. Okay, so we got our Helm. I'll take the crimson one for now. Bet we can get the other one in just a moment. No, momochi. Ah, so that is the latest achievement. So let's try on the Helm. Oh, it's somewhat cute, I suppose. If you might be persuaded to cleave through any suspicious sentient mochi in the name of rats, we would welcome the assistance. We have yet our hands and paws full with cotton advent cakes. Good for you! Alright, so let's go to the vendor over here, and we'll get ourselves the Cobalt Nezumi Kabuto, just for the collection, I suppose. Oh, and we got a couple other items. That's nice. So, first things first, the Cobalt. Then the Heavensturn Bounty. Some Sony. And the Magic Prison of the brand new Firework. Okay, so I think that I will show everybody just a quick look of all the special rewards that we get, and we'll call it a day right there. Okay everyone, so here is the first one. It's the housing item, which we have like these little sacks of grains with a tiny little rat on top of them. It is really cute. I really do like this design. Oh, and look! It matches our pet rats! I didn't even plan that. He just jumped on the table of his own just to model it for us. Oh, that is so cute. We also have the Helm here. Yes, so let's go outside and I'll show you the remaining items that we got. So this is what she looks like with the Crimson Nezumi Kabuto. Not something that I would probably wear on a daily basis, but it's certainly an interesting design, more or less. And I think that it matches her outfit perfectly because, you know what, she's got too much pink on. I should change that later on. I just noticed that. Alright, we also have some food here. So this is the zoni, a clear soup served on special occasions, its origins in the Far East. So this is actually for a gathering class. I think that they are doing a lot of these, since we will be having a brand new beast tribe coming up this year that we're going to be doing these special quests for. And they are going to be the first versions of the Kukurin, which is going to be very interesting. We also have the Magic Prism Advent Cakes. This peculiar contraption creates illusions by weaving together meanded shapes of light, produces a festive stack of Heavensturn Advent Cakes. So we got 10 of them in all from one of the Advent Cakes that we won earlier. We were actually able to get everything that we wanted from just doing the one fate. Oh, that's cute! Alright everybody, so that looks like it's going to be it for Heavensturn. They will be having that special fate up for at least another 2 weeks before we move on. And I hope that this is going to be a good sign for things to come for this upcoming year of Final Fantasy XIV. I know that I loved everything about it last year, and here's hoping this year is going to be just as good.